episode 65 of the Slip and Weave podcast. After many attempts, me and my man Chris Thompson, we're finally able to meet. Chris, middleweight prospect, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know, you know what I'm saying, accolades, accomplishments, where you're from, all that.
All right, well, I'm Chris Thompson, born and raised from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm a 6-0 pro boxer. I've been boxing on and off for like 11 years. I'm a 3-time Golden Glove champ here in Kansas City. Right now, I'm just trying to work my way up with the ranks of the pros. I got the connections so far, so with like Terence Crawford, Andrade, Amir. So I'm getting a good training, just ready for that chance.
Yeah, bro. So you're another one that had a little bit of a late start. I always ask guys that start a little, that's not like crazy late, but ask guys that start a little late, like, what do you think that thing is for you that's allowed you to somewhat fast track your progression?
Honestly, man, it's crazy because I think about that stuff daily. Like, man, what if I had the same start time as everybody else did? But, you know, I mean, everything happens for a reason. So, like, I got that hunger and desire now to just go all the way with it. So sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I do get discouraged. Like, man, is it too late or nah? But, you know, I just got to stay positive.
Well, I think the other thing you have, too, is that, how old are you? 29, right?
28, yep.
28, right. So you're, for some fighters that are 28, they're kind of like on the back end because they've been doing it. They were 6, whatever. Whereas for you, you're still fresh at this age, you know?
Yeah, I'm still fresh. Yep.
So that's one of the advantages. So you got a fight coming up June 4th against Jonathan Hampton. Do you know anything about the opponent? What are you looking out for, and what are you looking to showcase for everybody?
Honestly, I seen him once, like a 2-year or a year video of him. I know what I need to do. What I've been working on. It's just like I haven't fought since a year, because a lot of fights they ain't been going through and stuff like that. And plus, they see a lot of guys see me training with Terence Crawford, and they like, oh, there ain't no way I'm fighting this dude. And so I finally got this guy. So it's just I'm ready to just showcase what I've been working on for the past year. So I'm just ready.
Yeah, bro. And I was actually going to ask you about that at some point. You know, for some guys, inactivity like that is a good rest. And then sometimes it can be where it keeps you a little rusty. Where do you feel like it is for you? Do you feel like it's been good to get some time off?
Honestly, man, I think because I train nonstop. So it's just like, it's not like I just been sitting down for that whole year.
Right.
So it's just like, man, honestly, I just think maybe I needed that time off to just get better. You know, just get 10 times better. Like I was in January, I was in the camp with Amir. So that got me way, way better. Then I've just been going back and forth to Omaha. So I think I'm gonna be probably the first round might be a little rust, but I think second and third I'll be coming off just fine.
So obviously, because you sent me a lot of great footage from the on camp, bro. And between, you know, like all of those little moments where Bomac like stops you guys and like shows you something and whatever, it was just like a very professional style that those guys are working in. You know, what were some of the like the lessons or the knowledge nuggets that those guys dropped on you in that camp?
Man, just like, first of all, just being around, because in Kansas City, like me, I'm pretty much doing stuff by myself, like running by myself. Nobody want to wake up at 5 a.m. to run hills. Nobody wants to do that. I'm doing it by myself. So just being around them and just looking around, seeing it's like 15 other guys running, which is just like, man, that's dope, you know, because I don't get it here. And them just me getting advice from Khan about, you know, just being more relaxed. Bomac just showing me different mitt work and giving me tips on how to feint. It's just like everything's like, man, dope. These are guys I've been watching on TV. And it's just like, man, I'm in camp with them. Like, that's crazy. So that's just like, if I was to stop boxing now, I'd be happy. I wouldn't lie. I would, because it's like, man, most people don't get a chance to be with these guys. You know, so I'm just glad I got the opportunity.
What's one of the things you kind of noticed in being in the ring with Khan, and then we'll even move into Terrence. But let's talk about Khan because I saw all of that footage. What was like a thing you noticed, like, oh, okay, we're at this new level now that you've seen it in person, you know?
Honestly, like when I was sparring Khan, it was just like he's fast, but it's just like, okay, this is the level I can be on this level, you know.
Right.
So it's just like, I mean, I know Khan, like not taking nothing away from Khan. Khan is good. He's dope. He got the Olympic and all that, so he's behind him. So it's just like, but it's just like me looking at Khan. It's just like, oh man, Chris, I deserve to be here. You know, like I worked hard. He's worked hard. It's just like, man, this is where I need to be.
Right. So who did you meet first? Did you meet Amir or did you meet Terrence first?
I met Terence first. Yeah.
Man, so you've gotten to do some rounds with him?
Yeah. Now with Terrence, it's levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, like him and Demtrius and Andrade. This is levels with them.
Yeah.
So it's just like you spar with him, then one day, then you spar with Khan. You can tell the difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So like with them is just like I ain't gonna like I never when I'm sparring and stuff like that, I never really been hurt. But when I went with Terence Crawford, I had. So it's just like but at the same time, I'm learning. He's like, Chris, you need to be on your toes more. Or Chris, this is the time where you need to box. You know, so it's just like, man, just learning from a champ, man, that's it's dope and it's awesome.
That's got to be like a crazy crash course for you too, especially having taken somewhat of a fast track to be in gyms and around guys like that. That must be wild.
Yeah, yep, it is. It's like because with the coach at Bomac and all them, it's like them as guys that I kind of talk to daily. They like, Chris, man, you consider family. Like I can call Bomac right now and tell him I'm on the way to Omaha to get some sparring. So it's just like it's like that. Like they take care of me.
That's fucking cool, man. That's wild. Yeah. So Boo Boo, Terrence, Amir, who are some of the other guys you've been in with?
So Stone Cold Nelson, Steve Nelson.
Yep.
That's the other guy. Maurice Hooker is somebody I sparred daily too up there in Omaha. But it's some other like Jamil Heron. Then just being around other pro boxers. Like I never got in the ring with Shakur, but Keyshawn Davis. It's just all been in that atmosphere. It's because they all train basically at B&B. So it's just like, man, me just learning from everybody. It's crazy.
That's got to give you confidence too when you go into like this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That you've been in the ring with the best in the world and you've been able to hang, to hold your own.
Yeah, so man, when I'm in the ring, man, it's just like, man, what a dude got to do to me, they're gonna have to kill me in here. You know, it's just like because I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot, I've been in the ring with them guys, and it's like, man, when I'm going to Terence Crawford, he's not taking it easy on me. He's not. If I'm going hard, he's going to go hard. So it's just like, man, I got the best work from the best. So it's like, man, what can you really do to me? You know. So,
right. That's wild, bro. I mean, the other thing too, right? And I was talking about this on another podcast. The middleweight division right now is like kind of up for grabs. You know, like Charlo's moving up, Andrade's moving up. You know, Golovkin's coming to the end at some point in the next couple of years. Like you're in a division right now that's really, I think, very much up for grabs.
Yeah.
So who do you feel like at the moment are some of the guys that you would target at middleweight or that you're long term or even short term are interested in fighting?
Like it's a lot of guys that I see like the up and coming, like because I was going to try to get a fight with Ali Walsh, with Ali's grandson, like because I talked to Mike about it, and that's the guy that I feel like I could beat. So because we had the talks of me coming up there to spar him, but they wasn't going to want that me to spar him because they was thinking about a potential fight. So that's a fight. All due respect, I got respect for him, but I think I could beat him, and that's a fight that I want eventually. Somebody like him, all them up and coming fights guys I see on Top Rank is that's where I think I need to be. So I ain't calling nobody out, but I think I need to be there too.
I love to fight with you and Ali Walsh, bro, because
Yeah.
it would be like to be honest, I think it would be a step up in competition for both of you guys.
For both of us, yeah.
You fought as pros. And of course, him and having the Ali name, brings a whole new level of buzz.
Whole new level.
Fight like that. And I think people want to see him in with somebody that can really test him. That's an interesting fight.
Yeah, because I see this last fight. All right, so he fought somebody in 71, but that guy didn't test him. Like, he hit him with the overhead right and just put him out. Like, I'm like, he's not gonna hit me like that, And I think it'd be a good fight. I think it would. So that's something that me and Mike probably is gonna push in the next year or so.
I hope so, man. I think that's a great matchup. How did you get in, like, tapped into the New England boxing scene? Because you're from Kansas, right?
Yep, Kansas City. So when I talked to Demtrius, I talked to his father. One of my coaches reached out to him, and man, I got some work. I got a kid, man, that's real good, and he just wants to spar. So I went up there to Rhode Island and sparred Demtrius, and Mike seen me. He seen me sparring him, and he like, man, this kid's good. So me and Mike just been connecting. We've been knowing each other for like the past year or so, and we always kind of knew we was going to work together. But I was just trying to see how he does business. And because I trust him. Because, man, honestly, man, like, I'm 6-0 right now. I probably could have been 17-0 by now. Well, all these promoters, man, is full of crap. Like, my promoter's full of crap. Fighters dropping out. So, but like I told you, everything happened for a reason. So they're going to feel it now.
Yeah, bro. And I, honestly, too, like, I got to do commentary from one of Mike's events at the last Down and Dirty card. It was a card, shout out to Mike Reyes and Reyes Boxing. Yeah. I'm hyped that you guys are paired up, man. Do you feel like you're going to do your whole career at middleweight? Or do you think at some point you could either move up or move down, if the right...
Honestly, because me and Mike talk about, because, I kind of, like I said, I'm on the gym every day. So I'm not too far from 160. A lot of these dudes, you walk around like 180, 190. So I think because the lowest I made was I fought at 156. So 154 is something I can make. So we've been thinking about 154 and 160. But in the future, my next couple of fights are 154.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you'd be a big guy at 154.
Yeah. Yep. And I like Charlo, the one at 154. He walks around probably 160, high 160, 170. And them dudes are strong, bro. They big. So it's like, man, I ain't really got to lose no weight to fight at 160, man. Maybe I should be fighting at this weight. So that's the 154 is something I think I'm going to shoot at. Even Bomac told me, Bomac was like, Chris, I think you fight at 147. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. 147, I don't think I would make that.
Yeah, that might be a little much.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Wait, you're like 6'1", right? 6
yep.
foot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna be tall at 154. It's like Pandora is gonna be the only guy taller than you.
Man, yeah. And that dude, man, he's a beast.
What do you think about all these guys at 154 right now? There's a lot of turnover because it's one of those divisions where they actually fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you feel like are some of the best guys at 154 right now, other than Charlo, obviously being undisputed?
Yeah, of course Charlo, but I like Fandor, man. That dude is like a cheat code. The only thing I really say about him is that he really don't have much defense. Like move his head, upper body movement, but he's up there. Also, like I don't know if you know him, Charles Conway, 16-0. He's a beast. From Ohio. Of course, Lubin, but Lubin he's just having them tough fights with Charlo and Fandor, man. But Lubin is good.
Lubin's a beast. It's just one of those, like, he's actually taking tough fights, you know?
He's actually taking, he's taking these step up fights. And then people are like, dang, man. But he's actually doing it. A lot of these guys ain't doing it. So it's hard to really see who's the best if they're not fighting the best.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I love about 154. Those guys are all fighting each other. You know, look at anybody in like the top 20. There's a guy that was in the top 5 3 years ago and was taking it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
A lot of guys taking L's and taking step up fights. So they're both great weight classes. That one's real busy, and middleweight's kind of wide open. So it leaves a lot of good options.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on Tank and Rolly?
I think, of course, Tank is the better fighter, but Rolly's dangerous because anybody with punch of power is dangerous, and he's awkward. Like, but I think Tank will pull it off. I don't know about a knockout, but I think he'll pull it off.
I think he probably will too, man. I mean,
yeah.
As much as like Rolly's a very explosive guy, definitely hits hard. I think this is like a smaller version of Wilder Fury.
Because that's all he relying on is the punch power. You know, that can only take you so far. You see what happened with Wilder and Fury.
Right. And Tank obviously hits very hard, but he's got more skills to fall back on as well.
Yeah, he can actually box. I seen his last fight with Cruz. He actually boxed that fight because he found somebody that hit hard too. And Cruz was just coming forward. He wasn't taking nothing.
Yeah, and Cruz was able to take his power, was able to take Tank's power better than really anybody else before that.
Yeah, like big shots, big uppercuts.
Exactly. I was talking about this with the I2R boxing guys, and you know, what happens if Rolly can take his power? Does that change the dynamic of the fight?
It maybe can, but I see Rolly. He don't throw a lot of punches. He don't stay busy enough. So, because I've been watching. One thing about me, I study a lot. Every box I study, and so I just think and he gets tired too because he wasting all that energy trying to hit hard. But I think Tank pull it off in the later rounds.
I think you're probably right too. Were you following boxing before you started?
Yep, I always like boxing. Yep.
Who were your guys growing up?
So my favorite boxers of all times too, of course, is Sugar Ray, Leonard, and Manny Pacquiao. Then was always the guys I'm always watching, and of course Floyd Mayweather. But it was like, man, you know, and plus everybody wanted to grow up to fight like Floyd Mayweather, but everybody can't do the Philly shell.
Right.
So, but that was my top 3. But now it's just like I watch Terence Crawford, of course, and Earl Spence. Them was my 2 top. But hopefully they fight. I think if they fight, I think Crawford wins.
Yeah,
I think he wins.
You do.
Yeah. But I like Spence. I'm a big fan of Spence because, like, a lot of people say, Chris, boy, you got the body shape of Spence and you fight like him. You got a good jab, like, in the body work. So I like him, but I just think Terence Crawford is a better skilled boxer than Spence. Like, he can actually box. And a lot of people don't understand, man, that dude is strong. He's strong and he hit hard.
Right. And you've been in there with it. You've felt that.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of says that's been in the ring with him, like, yo, he's strong.
Yeah, he's strong. He's strong. Like he's strong. And like, you know, Spence just got it because he's ripped. And a lot of people just think he's strong. But bro, like how he did Ugas. Terence Crawford not gonna let him punch on him like that. He's not.
Right. So it's a little tough, right? Do you think Spence kind of takes the approach of, I'm going to try to walk him down like I did Ugas and really, really bang him to the body and get physical? Like, do you think that's kind of his best approach?
Yeah, because I seen him fight Mikey Garcia, right? And he was telling people that he wanted to box Mikey Garcia. But in my opinion, if Terence Crawford fought Mikey Garcia, he's stopping him. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. And also, I seen Spence lunge. He lunged a lot. For as like when he punched, he coming in like this. And I know you've seen Terence Crawford fight Sean Porter, right?
Yeah.
So what Terence Crawford do is a good counter puncher. If Spence lunge in like that, he's going to get countered every time.
Right.
So that's the thing Spence can't do against Crawford if they fight. But I think kind of too, like, man, it might be like a Pacquiao Mayweather. Hey, fight later down the line. I hope not, but it's because it's like, man, you got one belt, you got three. Why not fight?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen next. They're both saying that's the fight, and then I think they're probably both going to move up in weight after.
Yeah, because I don't think they both can keep making that 47.
Nah.
Yeah.
Those are big welterweights. I thought Errol would move up a while ago. I also thought this fight would happen sooner than it's happened.
Sooner, yep.
Because we've been talking about it now for like five years at this point.
5 years, yep. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. I looked on your box rec. Do you also have another fight scheduled as well?
Yep, that is in August. So that's against I told myself, man, I want to fight another undefeated guy. And so he's 6-0, and I'm 6-0 right now. So I think that's I need to type fight like that, because all these guys I've been fighting, just know you haven't seen the best of me yet. A lot of people just think I'm a knockout puncher. Well, I can punch, but I also got good boxing skills.
That's what I was going to say too, bro. You got all these quick knockouts, but being able to watch all this sparring footage of you and like you can really think your way through a round,
Yeah. So it's just like, and that's where I wanted to be, like 6-rounder. Even like not having went 8 rounds yet, of course, but that's something that I could go. I can't go 8 rounds. Like, man, this is like, man, we was sparring and doing 8 4-minute rounds in Colorado Springs. You dealing with that, then you dealing with the altitude.
Right.
Like so that's just tough. Then when we go to Omaha, it's hot as heck in there, like 90 degrees. We're doing 4 minutes. And like, so this, when I train here and came back home, everything I do is 4-minute rounds. So it's just like, that's something I'm prepared for. I'm ready to go 6, ready to go 8.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. I want to wish you all the best. I hope you get both of these, and hopefully we can get you back on after you get some W's.
Yes, sir. I will. Will do.
Where can people follow you and support you and all that? And is there anything anybody you want to shout out?
So my Instagram is Chris _ Crunchtime. Facebook is Chris Thompson, and my Twitter is Chris _ Crunchtime. So y'all can go out there and follow me and support. That's where I put all my videos. And also, man, if people are watching, I got a group of young guys, man. I got my own gym, Crunchtime Boxing Gym. I've been doing this for probably about 2 years now, man. And I got some young, hungry lions, 15, 16, that just won Golden Gloves, man. And my main thing with that is, man, is trying to keep the kids off the street. And the things I do with them, man, everything I'm doing with them, everything I'm learning from Terence Crawford and stuff like that, I'm teaching them. So these little guys is ready, man. So, yeah, man, I just want to shout out my moms, of course, and God first, and my little daughter, Kai.
Hey, bro, that's beautiful. It was great meeting you. I'm glad we could finally get this done, bro. Good luck with your fights.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
We'll talk soon, Chris, all right?
Sir, thank you.
Peace, brother.
Peace.